Good evening. Welcome to the Glazov gang. Our gang members this evening, Jim Tooey, producer, scriptwriter, and actor. Sonja Schmidt, former Nevada beauty queen and conservative political pundit. And Evan Sayet, America's #1 conservative comedian. He has also been ranked as being among the top 25 most influential conservative Jews in America. Did I get that right?
Well, yeah, I prefer to say Jewish conservatives because conservative Jews could mean Orthodox, Reform, conservative Jew, and that's not what it means. Mm-hmm. It means that I'm a Jewish conservative.
Okay, and you've got an amazing show coming up in Westlake Village on March 25th. We recommend all of our viewers to go watch this show on March 25th. Go to evansayet.com to find out more information.
And just so you know, it's a night of conservative comedy. We rip apart the left. That's what we do. The audience is conservative. The people on the stage are conservative. Even the people who cook the food are conservative. And with special guests, you want to take it?
Ladies of the Right, that's my two-women comedy show. We're conservative. Two-woman group. We play all sorts of characters on the left. I play Sheila Jackson Lee, Maxine Waters, Al Sharpton. My partner, the other woman, plays Nancy Pelosi and other characters. And it's just a great night of fun because our comedy is rooted in truth. So it just makes everything just that much better.
Thank you. March 25th, Westlake Village. Go to evansayet.com to find out about this funny show coming up.
Okay, I'm done here.
Okay. And we also have...
I just want to know if there's any lesbian activity going on in there with those conservatives. I'll come see that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to see it.
It's a two-woman comedy show.
Right, so it got to be lesbian jokes then. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
there's got to be
thespians, but not...
Thespians or lesbians.
Jim Tooey has joined the Glazov gang. Glazov gang members, please tell Jim the rule. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never...
leave.
Oh,
that's the rule.
Or lean on the table.
That's the rule of being a Glazov gang member.
Or eat all the green room food. Don't
put the food in front of me or else it'll all be gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Tooey has been in Running Scared.
Running Scared, the producers, and a movie coming out, and about 30 other movies that I'm not going to mention.
What an honor to be in his presence. Let's take a look at some of his work.
My girlfriend? What do you mean? She's a beautiful woman. Are you with us on this problem? What man wouldn't want a piece of... You know what I mean? Huh?
I'm a nice guy. And besides, I'm good friends with Milo. You're good to me. I'm going to let him know.
To police?
Policeman? What would a policeman be doing in a place like this?
Tony, get him some fries and a strawberry shake. No scam, you don't know you're coming.
Motherfucker! Fucking fool!
Well, it all started yesterday. I was driving to work when this hooker walked up to my car, just like she does every day. I figured I'd do some stuff with her that my wife don't do. So I pull out this toy. I think she's really gonna like it. I was gonna use lubrication.
Now, come on now. Huh? I'm not gonna bite, yeah?
When I get back, I get a couple rolls of duct tape and a shovel in the trunk of my car. And then you're really gonna see what a party's about.
Amazing stuff. Let's give a hand to Jim Tooey.
Thank you. Okay. I used to get killed a lot in movies when I was a lot heavier, but now I'm mostly a cop.
That's where they say you play the heavy.
That's
where
exactly right.
Now, Jim, you used to play a lot of mafia characters, and now you're playing a policeman.
Well, a lot of cops I play now, but I still prefer the mafia guys, and I still prefer to the killers. It's a lot more fun to play a killer than a cop.
And I'm always getting emails asking me why I always have Joey Pesci on my show. You're often confused with Joey Pesci.
Can I tell a quick story?
How quick is it?
I don't know. 8 minutes and 7 seconds is how long the story is. When I was young and handsome, I used to get Al Pacino and Dustin Hoffman. All right, fair enough.
Can I just say...
It's the nose.
It's absolutely, it's absolutely true, but you do still look like Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
No,
okay, at least let's Okay, tell the joke quickly so we can discuss the events.
You know what? Up yours. I'm not telling the joke.
That's the joke. He doesn't look like Dustin Hoffman.
No, I want to hear it. Somebody came up to you and
said... It's too late now. It's first of all, it's not a joke. It's a story, so you screwed up that part already. How do you even have a job? This is what I wonder.
Okay.
You know what? You don't get told you look like Esther Roll. That's what I know.
No, they tell me I look like Jelly Roll.
I just got to tell you a little story the other day. My friend walked into the doctor's office. The doctor said to him, he goes, I got bad news and I got worse news. He goes, well, let's have the bad news. He says, you got cancer. He said, oh my God.
What could be worse?
What could be worse? He goes, you got Alzheimer's. He goes, 2 seconds go by. He goes, thank God I ain't got Alzheimer's.
Thank God I don't have cancer.
Ladies and gentlemen, video of a radical. Breitbart.com. Breitbart.com released a video the other day. And just before we move on, once again, our thoughts with Andrew Breitbart, a tragic passing, a great friend of the David Horowitz Freedom Center, and in many ways a modern-day hero.
Now, what's happening with that? I hear something, there's a lot of conspiracy stuff going on about that.
Yes, there are some conspiracy
theories. I haven't
theories.
heard much more from it. I know that he was put to rest a couple days ago. I haven't heard much about it. But.
And in addition, I mean, we're close with the people who are close with Andrew. I mean, he was a friend of mine, and I worked with the people. And I spent that evening, he died right after midnight, and that evening a whole bunch of us got together, people who would know, and I heard no talk whatsoever.
I'm prone to conspiracy theories, and my first jump was to 43-year-old
Here's
guy.
what I say. Conspiracy, coincidence. Conspiracy, coincidence.
One way,
maybe, but there's been an awful lot when you dig into the history of what's gone on with people that have confronted this administration. They've miraculously disappeared, and again, just like you're saying, Andrew was an incredible friend. He was a generous person. He wrote the foreword to my global warming book, Devin Sefi's Real Deal on Global Warming, and it just smacks of weirdness to me. But
ladies and gentlemen, a very dear friend of the Freedom Center. Our thoughts and prayers are with him.
Yes.
The video has come out, and it is of Obama in his days of being in university, and he is praising at a rally Derek Bell, a race-obsessed anti-American professor, and they have a video of this. How significant is this, Jim?
It's not significant at all. Believe me. If anybody's going to get whacked over something like that, that's ridiculous.
No. I'm not speaking about any kind of conspiracy theories. I'm saying about how significant is this video in terms of hurting Obama and how it's been released.
Not at all. Not at all. Why should it be? I mean, everybody in college does different things. I mean, if you grew up in the 70s or 80s, in the 70s and stuff, people were doing things like that. Now Obama is there and he's with this. So what? He's with this guy. He was in college.
Okay, just a second. But people can say a long time ago. But in many ways, Obama has tried to disguise and camouflage his radical past. His radicalism still affects him today. This is just another piece of the puzzle. That's one of the arguments.
Yeah, not only does he distance himself from it, but it was clear that the entire media distanced themselves. They hid this video. Well, you know what? I was a liberal. I was a militant in my younger days.
Right.
But if I wanted to become the president of the United States, I would own up to the fact that this is where I was, this is my epiphany, and this is where I am now. We haven't gotten that transition from Obama. What we see is that what he's doing now in terms of what he's doing with America lines up very closely with what he's done in his college days.
Well, that's the key. And look, I suspect there are more videos to come. That's the paradigm that Andrew established, which is to put something out there, have the leftists attempt to defend it. When they defend it, then here's the other video. If you remember, he did the same thing with the acorn, where they said, well, it's just one place, boom, then came the next one. Well, it's just the East Coast, boom, then came the next one. So I assume that this is just the very tip of the iceberg.
But now these are all there for 4 years. They were always around, and when he was being elected, they knew these were around.
Well, the media,
and all of a sudden they come out now just because we have a no Republican Party, because we have nobody with a spine that stands up on a Republican Party. So now they're throwing this out there. This is fuel for thought.
They didn't know that this existed. In fact, the professor who is on the tape showing the Ogletree said, we kept this hidden from people until after the election.
Because we knew it would do him harm.
And the reason it does him harm is twofold. One, it's just another added to the William Ayers, added to the his mentor, his spiritual mentor, Jeremiah Wright. Add this to, and it's just another example of the leftist media having something in its possession and not caring about the truth, but working on behalf of the Democratic Party.
However, I think too much focus has been on what the media cover-up has been, and I agree with Jim here, is that it may not make any difference. We are so, you know what? Because we've become a society where nothing matters. Everything is relative. It's no big deal. Even the stuff that is a big deal isn't a big deal. So I'm concerned about the fact that this isn't a big deal to America.
What I always fear is the Republicans make you take your eye off what's really happening. And this over here is all smoke and mirrors. And the real problem is the healthcare system in this country, the gas prices in here, the economy, the banks robbing houses off people.
Jim, are you not concerned about Obama's radicalism and how he is an anti-American president?
I don't think he's an anti-American president. I really don't.
Let me ask you a quick question. Why in the world would the Republicans want to take your eye off of gas prices? Why in the world would the Republicans want to take your eye off of the healthcare system? When
because they haven't addressed it at all. Not at all. They ladies and gentlemen, they don't even want to talk about it.
Debates they've had. You mean they haven't addressed the healthcare system, the gas prices, the economy, the
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get back to this debate. Thank you for this evening. We're going to get back tomorrow evening discussing whether Obama really is an anti-American president.
Of course he is.
We're going to get into the Rush Limbaugh saga that happened, and we're also going to have some reflections on the Republican race in general. See you tomorrow evening on the Glazov Game.